From UFOs to psychic powers and government conspiracies, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now or learn the stuff they don't want you to know.
And we're back, and we're going to jump to our voicemail inbox. And I am sorry to report, I'm still about a month behind on that sucker, but we're getting closer and closer to real time. I promise we're going to get there soon. This message comes to us from Todd, and it's about a story that came out a little while ago. I want to say May of this year, but I had never heard of it, and it got me all thinking and excited. So let's go to it.
Hey guys, my name is Todd. I work in the aerospace industry. I am originally from Atlanta, Georgia. I love your show, and I live in Los Angeles now. I got a fun one to throw your way. This one involves our good dear friend Wernher von Braun and a book that he wrote called Project Mars, A Technical Tale. And I'm wondering maybe if there's some crazy, wacky theory that could tie this book and von Braun to Elon Musk. In Wernher von Braun's book, he mentions the position in the Martian government that takes the title of Elon, which is basically the leader of Mars, I believe is what it is. Maybe you guys could look this connection up, maybe see if there's anything going on here. Maybe Elon traveled back in time and had his name inserted that he could fulfill the destiny he so wishes to do. And just very interesting considering the coincidence and Elon Musk basically paving the way forward to colonize Mars and set up a human settlement there. So yeah, check it out. Do a little Google search and go down the rabbit hole. I know I just did. Would love to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Thanks.
No, thank you.
You don't want to go down this one?
Oh, no. You can have that one, Matt. You can have this one. What do you think? What did you find down that dark, dank, spooky rabbit hole?
Well, first of all, Todd and everyone, I did a quick search on archive.org to see if I could actually find this book called Project Mars, A Technical Tale, written by Wernher von Braun. The Project Paperclip scientist that worked on rockets for the Nazi Party, then worked on rockets for NASA in the United States. It is indeed a real document that you can find. You can get a Kindle version or a PDF that you can download. You could even torrent this thing if you wish. And I gotta say, I don't love it. As like, I'm going to sit down and read a fictional tale, some, novel about Mars. It's not my cup of tea as far as the language, how it moves along. It is literally a technical tale. It's very much combining known science when it comes to rocketry and what was being developed in 1952, 1953, and then extrapolating that to what a Mars mission would look like. And then adding on top of it, a fictional Martian world, right? Fictional Martian civilization that gets encountered. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there, I would say, when it comes to, Black Mirror style extrapolation of technology. There's something that Mission Control and I were talking about, Noel, right before you got on. It's their depiction, or Wernher von Braun's depiction of what I guess FaceTiming would be like, which was really interesting to see from, the early 1950s.
Oh, sure. I mean, I remember thinking that as a kid, that technology, the wrist communicators from Star Trek were like, such future high-tech stuff that was like not going to appear in our lifetime. And now it's just like, something we totally take for granted.
Yeah. Well, I want to read this excerpt. It's not too long, Noel, but it's going to be tedious listening to my voice for this long. But just one moment, bear with me. I just want you to hear this excerpt because I think you'll enjoy it.
All right.
There are two of the main characters. They're on this Martian land. They're within the Martian buildings. They're on Mars, and these two Earthlings there. One of them's on one side of the base, the other one's really far away on the other side of the base, and this happens. No sooner had the door closed than the light went out, greatly to Hubbard's consternation, for he felt that this might be some sort of trap. He was about to make a rush for the door when Holt suddenly appeared across the table from him against a milky, luminous background.
Ooh, I like milky, luminous background.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Glenn, how goes it? How on Earth, I mean Mars, did you get here so fast, Colonel? I'm not really here at all, grinned Holt. What you see is my astral body. We're talking by Martian telephone, and that includes television. Hubbard was almost speechless with amazement at the full-sized, colored, stereoscopic telepicture, for he would have bet his bottom dollar that Holt was really present. So this is a 1952-53 mind describing video conferencing, right? And that, we've seen that in all kinds of science fiction, but just to see it written out there by one of the greatest minds, a literal rocket scientist, describing it in this way is pretty fascinating to me.
I would tend to agree, Matt. That was really excellent reading, though, by the way. Tedious, give me a break. That was inspired.
Well, nobody knows who Holt is in this context. There's nothing here for you besides describing it as a stereoscopic telepicture on a milky, as you said, luminous background. So, all that stuff aside, what Todd is really talking about here is this strange coincidence that Wernher von Braun describes the government as being led by this Elon, whatever this Elon is. And it is spelled E-L-O-N. And you can find it on page 177 of Project Mars, A Technical Tale, under the chapter How Mars is Governed. I believe that's the 24th chapter. Here's the quote, Noel and Todd. The Martian government was directed by 10 men, the leader of whom was elected by universal suffrage for 5 years and entitled Elon. E-L-O-N, again. 2 houses of parliament enacted the laws to be administered by the Elon and his cabinet. So,
it also makes me think of the, was it the Eloy from the Time Machine?
Oh, yeah.
Weren't they the weird underground dwellers, the Eloy?
Ooh, you're going to have to look that up.
We're
going to have to get some AI involved because I don't remember.
The Time Machine. There was the Morlocks and the Eloy. I think the Morlocks are the underground people. The Eloy are one of 2 post-human races existing in Mor, the year 802,701 AD. They are descended from upper-class individuals, live above ground, and are the main food source for the Morlocks. So they're kind of the bougie above-ground dwellers, while the Morlocks are the sort of vampiric underground creatures who occasionally will snatch up one of these Eloy to be, grist for the mill.
Well, it does remind me of Eloy, but I don't think that's what we're talking about here. I started trying to figure out how in the heck did Wernher von Braun name this person Elon, and there's not a lot of use of this word. There really isn't, especially within the context of leader. I can't find much. Maybe I'm doing the wrong searches. That might just be my fault, but I'm a bit puzzled by it. So I started looking into the etymology of the word Elon, of the name Elon, and this is what I found. According to BehindTheName.com, this is under meaning and history, it says Elon means oak tree in Hebrew. According to the Old Testament, this was the name of one of the ruling judges of the Israelites. Okay, that would make sense. I have not done a lot of digging in the Old Testament for the word Elon. I'm certain that it exists there somewhere. I just haven't seen it in a long time, at least. Also, on Abarim-publications.com, you can find the etymology of the word Elon. They say it means oak. They say it comes from the noun allon, A-L-L-O-N, which again is oak, and from the verb A-L-A-L, alal, which means to protrude. So
Okay.
Elon, the protruding oak. I can't give you an explanation as to how in the heck a guy named Elon ends up being the one who seems to be running our mission to Mars as humans. But he's the one that this rocket scientist described as running Mars, or the name at least was used. That is very puzzling to me. It's just a coincidence, right? It's just a coincidence. That's all it is.
Or it could be some time machine stuff. That's the only reason I brought up the time machine, because it made me think of, time travel and stuff. And also,
it could be.
Also weird upstairs, downstairs classwork. I just finished The White Lotus, by the way, on HBO. Everybody should give that a look. It's fantastic. But this is a weird one and super fun. Really great fodder for like some speculative sci-fi, I think.
Nice.
Tend to believe that it's a coincidence, but it's a weird one, man, and you found some good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to it. I think Todd. Oh gosh, I'm already forgetting. That's how my mind works now. Things go in, they stay for a moment, and then they're gone. But I believe Todd, you mentioned like, is this just Elon maybe knowing about this or hearing about it, being named that, and having an interest in some of the fields that would lead him towards this goal, and now it's like part of his destiny, or is it literally just a coincidence? Very strange to me, but I don't have any answers. I'm sorry. It's not really stuff they don't want you to know, unless Wernher von Braun knew something, In 1952, he somehow was able to bend light so that he could see that a man named Elon Musk was on Mars at some point in the future.
Well, I have no doubt that Wernher von Braun knew some stuff that he did not want us to know.